In this video, we'll be talking about teeth. Teeth are super important in mammalogy. The types of teeth that mammals have determine what they can eat, and diversity in teeth and size, shape, number, etc. has been really important for the evolution of mammals. There's a lot of terminology that we're going to go over that you need to know. First, we're going to start with homodont versus heterodont. When we say that an animal has homodont dentition, we mean that all of the teeth are the same type. So looking at this dolphin here, you can see that each of the teeth is a little peg. They don't have canines and molars different from one another. Now, all of the ones that we're going to look at in this class have heterodont dentition, meaning that they have different types of teeth. If we look at this dog here, we can see some short incisors, long canines, sharp premolars, and molars. So those are 4 different types of teeth, meaning this is heterodont dentition. The 4 teeth, as I just listed, are incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. When we talk about dental formula, we'll get into the numbers of these different types. Something to note is premolars and molars are often difficult to tell apart, so sometimes we just call them cheek teeth. The premolars and molars come in lots of different shapes depending on what the animal eats. So, if we have an omnivore like us, or this raccoon here, or bears, or skunks, etc., we get what is called unodont molars. By the way, the dont in all of these things means teeth. It's like orthodontist or dentist. So if we look at these, we can see that the teeth are not particularly sharp in the molars. They don't have bunches of crazy ridges. They're just like our teeth, just kind of flat, a little bumpy, able to eat plants or animals. For animals that eat lots of plants, they often have lots of ridges to help grind down the teeth. This right here is a beaver. This has lophodont dentition. So a lot of rodents and rabbits too will have these ridges that go perpendicular to the skull. That's called lophodont. Now, a different herbivore dentition is selenodont, where rather than the ridges going horizontal across the skull, they're more vertical and they form these little crescent moon shapes. The word selenodont literally means moon tooth. So this right there, selenodont, also, this is what we see in all of our native ungulates. If an animal specializes in eating meat, then it will have a special pair of teeth we call the carnassials. So the carnassial pair are the 2 larger teeth that are specialized to shear against one another. So unlike the big pointy canines that bite into something, these are made for slicing meat. We see carnassials in the carnivores. Depending on what type of carnivore we're looking at, it's either very obvious. If we look at a cat, it's super obvious. If we look at a bear, it is not, because bears are more omnivorous, so they don't have as large of carnassials. Carnassial is defined as P4 over M1. By that, what I mean is it is the 4th premolar over the 1st molar. So this right here, this is the 4th premolar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the 1st molar. Now, by the way, capital P for upper teeth, lower M for lower teeth. if you look at this dog's skull, you might not know which teeth are the premolars and which are the molars, but by using this as the guide, you know that anything in front of this is a premolar, anything behind it is a molar. Similarly, anything behind this is a molar, anything in front is a premolar. When I say P4, I don't always mean the fourth premolar, I mean the last premolar, because these things, P4, M1, are named after the ancestral mammal that had lots of teeth, and some other species, especially cats, will lose teeth that they don't need. But we still call it P4 because in the development of mammals, this was the fourth premolar. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about for teeth terminology is about the rooting of the teeth. So here we have hypsodont versus brachiodont. These are really hard to see unless you can see like inside the jaw, which we have some views here that you can. But what this means, hypsodont, literally like high tooth or tall tooth, means that the crown of the tooth goes below the gum line. Versus brachiodont, that's the short tooth, the crown ends right where the gum line ends. You generally see hypsodont teeth, so in this horse, also with pronghorn, and grazers that have a lot of teeth that they wear down very quickly through all the grass they eat.